probably have 20 and 1,500 of them are from Nepal. So we're a great place for a great destination for students from Nepal. We want to feel alone, and if you have any questions, if you have any support, we'll be happy to answer them. Is there? So I assume that many of you, came here today because you would like to study in Canada, right? Like we have Canada institutions here. So I actually came here and changed my plan to be here to assure you that Canada is still a wonderful and great destination for international students. Because you might heard some different media, some different news here and there, but I live in Toronto, as I said, and I came here to provide you with some feedback and to provide you with some updates and maybe try to navigate you through this so you will look at this at the right angle. And so let me share. Let me share some updates on the latest development that the Canadian government is doing. So you might have heard that there is a cap for international students in Canada. It's true at some point, but Canada is trying to do it in the favor of course, of the economy, but at the same time in the favor of fewer the students. So Canada is managing the number of international students. Currently, for the next year, it will be planning at 437,000 students, right? It is a huge number. So if you think about it, yes, it's a capital at some point, but still, it's proving that Canada is welcoming a lot of international students. Again, it's 437,000 of students that Canada is planning to have for the next year. Also, Canada is a huge country with a huge territory, but with a small population, and the Canada economy is reliant on newcomers. Just to provide you some update on that, so we're still a great destination, still a wonderful destination with a lot of options for you as an international student. You might have heard about that might be some limitations on work permit. It's true as well, but again, it's also made for a reason. I would say that Canada is aligning work permit with professions in high demand. So let's say if you, moving forward, if you would like to study in a college setting, you will choose the program that is really linked to the labor shortages, which means that, let's say you choose engineering programs, which will give you a hint that, okay, once I will graduate, I will have work permit, and also I will have an option to have a good job perspective after that. So it's actually kind of win-win situation, and for you as well. From my perspective, we're still waiting for some clarity on what programs will will align with the job shortages, and that will mainly be depending by the province. But what we know as of now, that we should be definitely looking into STEM programs, to engineering, to have any health-related and technology programs as well. So we will really suggest you to do so because the professional prospects are amazing. And as you may know, Canada is a very stable economy. Canada is G7. It's one of the best economies in the world. And inflation is also cooling down. I would also say that some other issues you might have heard about, accommodation and so on, is also cooling down. So right now I would say we're ready, but just changing a bit the approach, which also benefits students and you for sure, as I mentioned, right? Just look at the right program and the right province when you're looking into education in Canada. We all the public institutions, we are aware that about visa processing times and also about some challenges for Nepalese students to get visas. I would like to assure you that we as institutions in Canada, we know it, and we continue to lobby with RCAC on that, and we continue to check how the things will actually change. And actually our president of Centennial College also is in touch with the ministry, in touch with RCAC, and we're trying to see, to have an answer and to apply the changes and to help you as well. So we really hope that we will see some improvements in the near future. And just recovering some negative media which you might hear. Look at this event. We have 22, if I'm not mistaken, institutions from Canada, right? If Canada won't be welcoming you and any international students, why would we here, right? So we're here actually to navigate you through this. Oh, sorry. actually to navigate you through these changes and assure that Canada, again, is a wonderful destination to study. You just need to be more strategic when you choose the program, when you choose the province, when you choose the institution. But we, Centennial College, my colleagues here, we're here to help, and we are here to navigate this change. So finally, just to sum up here, I mean, I'd like to, my advice will be just to finish my thought here. My advice will be in this time when media take kind of a lot of information from them, when social media is also kind of have a negative image of Canada. So my advice to you will be to seek information from the right sources, right? We're here to help you. We have great Goreta team that are here, that are web cluster partners, and then they work extensively with all the institutions. They personally travel to Canada, yes, I know, once per month or once per couple of months and so they know all the information from, you know, from the first hand, and we're in constant touch with them. So please be like, do it in a smart way, right? Use the right resources, and then have your decisions after that. I guess that's all. Thank you so much, and if you need any help, any questions about Centennial College, I will be happy to meet you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stanislav, for your advice and ideas. So definitely we are hearing a lot of rumors about studying in Canada, especially in the latest days and various. So having said this, I would like to
Okay, namaste everyone, and a very good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to the Study Abroad Awareness Program. First and foremost, I want to extend a big thank you to the organizers today, Himal Multimedia and the Goreta team. And I can only imagine with the great setup that we have, this doesn't come easy. There's a lot of hard work behind putting together programs like this. So a big thank you to the organizers for the event today and for having multiple institutions here. Big thanks to the remarks that we just got from Centennial College and some of the insights that were shared as well. And excellent points that we would highly encourage for all of you to think about. But firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Utkarsh Bhardwaj, and I am the International Recruitment and Marketing Manager at Kwantlen Polytechnic University. Kwantlen Polytechnic University is the only polytechnic university in Canada, and we're based in Metro Vancouver, which is in the western province of British Columbia. We have 5 different campuses, more than 140 different programs, 20,000 students with a lot of diversity, and we have more than $2 million in scholarships that we offer to our international students and domestic students that are coming in every single year. So I want to thank all of you for, of course, coming here today and for considering Canada as a potential study destination. But one of the questions you might have is why Canada? And that is an excellent question that I hope each and every one of you is asking. That why specifically Canada with all the different options that we have? So today I hope to provide you with some insights and help answer that question about why Canada. The biggest thing that I would start with, and the biggest strength I would say of Canada, is diversity. Diversity both from a landscape perspective. So as you go across the different provinces from east to west or from north to south, there is extensive diversity that you will see. Different sort of landscapes, different weathers. You will basically find whatever you are looking for. And it is also a factor that you may want to consider as you are picking a particular institution, a particular city, or a particular province. But more importantly, I think the diversity and the strength is the diversity of the people. So when you choose Canada as your study destination, you will have exposure to new perspectives, to new ideas, and to new cultures. And when I look back at my own experiences, one of the best things, I can tell you with confidence that my experiences, especially with the Canadian sector, And when I think back to my own university and work experiences, it's played a large part into who I am today. And this may not, you may not be able to connect to this right away. And it may not make sense to you right away. And that's okay. But as Steve Jobs once said famously in his commencement address at Stanford, that sometimes you can only connect the dots looking backwards. Okay? So I'm sure that as you complete your studies, you settle down, and you live successful lives, when you look back at your Canadian experiences, you will look back at them very fondly. Because still, Canada, as was mentioned previously as well, it's very welcoming to our international students and to international students from many parts of the world. So again, Canadian diversity is a very big strength. The second point is about safety. So Canada continues to remain one of the safest countries in the world. And I get very happy when I hear that from our students directly. And they tell us that they feel comfortable going out sometimes late at night and being able to use the public transit system and not have to worry about some of the things that they would perhaps worry about in their own countries. So from a safety perspective, like I said, it's very open for people from different backgrounds, and Canada is still very welcoming across the different provinces. Thirdly, from an infrastructure point of view, both on campus and off campus, the infrastructure that you will have available to you, whether that's the roads, your campuses themselves, the buildings, public transit, you will notice world-class infrastructure. And I'll give you an example. So KPU is located in a Surrey called Surrey. One of our campuses in Surrey. And just 5 minutes walk from our campus is something called Newton Athletic Park. It's a 22-hectare sports facility which has 8 different football fields, 2 cricket pitches, 8 different tennis courts, and multiple different basketball courts. And our city has invested now another $45 million in these sport facilities. So as international students, you will have, of course, access to all of these great things for free. There's no other charges associated with things like this. And in the province of British Columbia, for example, if you're considering British Columbia, congratulations, because from experience, I've lived in British Columbia myself, and I can tell you from my own experiences, it is one of the most beautiful places in the world. So beautiful, in fact, that behind every car, there's a license plate. On each license plate, it says beautiful British Columbia. So it's a very, very beautiful place to live. And in BC, for example, we have more than 300 different golf courses. And why this is relevant, along with the sport fields that I was talking about earlier, because this is a great example of institutions working with the job demand. So turf management, for example, is a program that we offer at Moncton Polytechnic University. It is a 2-year program that we offer, and it teaches you about how to maintain turf. And of course, once you graduate from programs like this, there are the golf courses. I mentioned 300 golf courses in just the province of British Columbia alone, or the many sport facilities, and you would be having job opportunities available there. Finally, I think the high quality of life is also a point that you may want to consider if you're considering Canada for your studies abroad. So overall, with the work opportunities that you will have available to you, the clean air or the clean water. So, for example, in British Columbia, we don't need to use any of the water filtration systems. We can just open the tap and you drink directly from the tap. It's one of the purest and cleanest waters that you have access to on this planet, I would say. Along with the good work and life balance. So that overall would lead to a good quality of life. So that's also a point of view for you to consider. Finally, with regards to the IRCC changes, and we received some of these news, and you might have been coming across some of these articles or news media. This week, we received some more news about changes that are potentially coming for PGWP. And for those of you who may not be familiar with PGWP, this is the Postgraduate Work Permit. So the main changes that we have seen now is there is a more importance, a more heavy emphasis with regards to the English proficiency and connecting that to the PGWP eligibility. Okay? So that is an important point for all of you, to take the English proficiency with a lot more seriousness. Because not only will this help you with your admissions, but also beyond that, as you're looking for jobs and as you're looking for key work opportunities in PGW. There's also a connect now with the labor market needs and aligning programs and work opportunities with the PGW. So now it has been made clear that the focus will be on long-term labor market needs, especially in programs that align with healthcare, STEM, and STEM, for those of you who may not be familiar, STEM, it means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So any programs that fall into those categories, those have been aligned and identified as the long-term labor market needs. Finally, with agriculture as well. So these programs, in the short and long term, these are the programs that may give you the best chance of success as you're going. Before I end today, I want to give you a few pieces of advice. Firstly, I mentioned about the English proficiency, so it would be a great time for you to start focusing on that now and make sure you're actively working on that and using platforms like this to be able to practice. And I would say do your research to find a university, college, or institution and a city and province that best suits your needs. Because of course, there's lots of different factors that you're going to be considering for that. Find a program that aligns with both your interest and the labor market needs that now are mentioned, especially from the Government of Canada. And I think that in the short and long term will give you the best chance of success. If you can align your needs of the programs that you're looking for your passion, and perhaps find a particular program that also aligns with the labor market needs. Areas that the government has announced that we need more students and we need more people to fill these roles. And areas where you will be able to find full-time work opportunities directly after graduation as well. Fourth, I would talk about the social media content. Now, I am sure many of you, including myself, consume a lot of short video content when we're scrolling across and looking at reels end on end. And sometimes with those short media content, I want you to be aware that think about and be mindful of how these algorithms are designed in the first place. The algorithm is designed to push content that will drive engagement. So not everything that you are seeing on those social media reels, both positive and negative, take it with a grain of salt, because it may not be the entire truth. So do your research, look into it in more detail, and definitely today you have this wonderful opportunity to connect with many different institutions from throughout Canada. So connect with the different institutions, with the colleges and universities that are present here today, and learn about the different programs and the ground reality, because this will give you a more realistic perspective and a more realistic picture about what is actually happening on the ground. And this probably, I think, will give you a better understanding rather than the social media content which you may see. And sometimes, there is very limited truth which is associated with that content. And the reason that those content becomes viral in the first place is because it's driving the negative sentiments. So again, take that with a grain of salt. So thank you once again for all of you who have taken out time today to come and meet with us. Again, I highly encourage, there are lots of great institutions in the room today to go and interact and talk about the different programs that are available and the different opportunities that you would have. I am located right here, one of the first tables with Quantum Polytechnic University. I would love for you to come over and to chat about any of the questions that you might have. But thank you very much, and thank you once again to the organizers, especially to Imam Media and to the Red team, for organizing this event. Thank you very much.
It's kind of a little different type of program. He has an appropriate education destiny for most of the aspiring students who want to study abroad. Studying abroad really doesn't mean that you are abandoning your country and your culture. It really doesn't mean that. You can study anywhere in the world, pursue education and enlighten yourself, and yet embrace your culture, have affinity towards your nation and your country that can remain there forever. And pursuing education abroad will only broaden your horizon, your experience, your exposure. So if you are willing to come back to your own motherland and serve, you might be in a better position to serve. You might have a better qualification. You might be better, well exposed, and have a broader view. Therefore, your contribution, especially if you come back to your own country, your contribution can be more significant and meaningful. So I'm absolutely glad that you guys have gathered here. I'm sure the people who are here, who are concerned, will guide you well. I do believe that they will guide you on the right path, give you correct guidance, correct information. And with all that, you can make up your own mind, you can make your own decision, and decide whether you want to pursue it or not. But as far as I'm concerned, I think, if you really have made up your mind and are keen on studying abroad, Canada can be a good destination in terms of environment, in terms of kind of education that they are imparting, and then the kind of diversity and the choices that you have in various fields of education is probably appropriate for most of the students. So I wish you all a good luck, and make a wise decision, make a wise choice, take all the advantage of today of gathering information and knowing what to do and what not to do, and what are the informations and tips that you require to make your own decision. So be alert on that, be open to that, and ultimately make your own decisions. Wonderful to be here with you guys. I don't see any energy here. I believe you guys are very, very young. I'm a little older than myself, but still very young. But still I see that the energy is missing. Are you guys full of energy? Yes? So are you guys going to make your own choice? Make your own choice. Use your own decision power and be on the right path, okay? I wish you all the best. Have a great future. Thank you.
Representatives from his hand. So I would like to invite all the reps here and get the token of love from his hand. So I would like to invite Mr. Utkarsh Bhardwaj at the stage and have token of love. So we will continue the counseling session after this as well. Utkarsh, please. Thank you. And similarly, Suraj Saha from Thompson's Rivers University. Please come over here and have the token of love. Similarly, I would like to invite here Mr. Naga from Seneca Polytechnic and get the token of love. I would like to invite Rupinder Prahar from Northern NIT. Also, I would like to invite Mr. Netra Prasad Koya, Suraj Saha from PRU. Yeah, Rupinder from NATE. Netra Prasad Koirala from University Canada West. Please be here at the stage to get the token of love. I would like to invite Nakut from La Salle College, Montreal. I would like to invite Monica Saha from Northern Lights College. Yeah, Netra Koirala is here. I think please be here all the reps. It's not convenient for me to take one by one name. Please. Yeah, Nokul from La Salle College, Montreal. Yeah, Monica Sa from Northern Lights College. For Monica Sa. Parambi Chakravarti from SAIT. Please give a applause here. Parambi Chakravarti. And Arjit Singh from Fleming College. Mr. Arjit from Fleming College. And Mr. Vivek Yadav from George Brown College, Conroe. Yeah, Vivek from George Brown. Mr. Ankit Patel from St. Lawrence College. Mr. Aditya from Campson College, British Columbia. Mr. Aditya Bhatt from Campson College. And Himani Sharma from Ram College, Oshawa, Ontario. Himani from Durham College. Trupti from Bow Valley College. From NIC, Mr. Neeraj. Okay. Mr. Bipin from Centennial College and Stanislav from Centennial College again. Nitesh Jam from Sheridan. Rupal Basnet from Cape Breton. Mr. Neeraj. Yeah, Nitesh Jam from Sheridan College. Yeah, Mr. Neeraj from NIC North Island College. Selena Tracer from Nipissing University. Selena, are you here around? Yeah. Sanjay and Supriya from University of Niagara Falls, Ontario. And also, I would like to invite everyone to have a group photo here with our superstar. Please have your presence here. We will get the group picture and we will continue our counseling session. Please, yeah. Let's have a group picture. I'm sorry, I am making you. Mr. Rubel Buckner from Cape Breton University, please. Yes. So let's have a group picture here, and we will continue the session. Thank you. Please give a big round of applause. Thank you.
So, okay, good.